So take this time to just let yourself fidget and adjust. You could sit upright. If your knees are higher than your hip flexors, sitting up on height is going to better serve your posture and your body positioning. So just be really honoring if you're kind of sloping in your lower back and need a little boost, sit up on some height. For those that are joining in, thank you so much, right? This will be a lunar flow and a sound healing journey with Johnny and I. And we're going to be dropping into that new moon energy and just really giving ourselves a very root chakra activating practice. And so we're taking this time now to come into a seated position. If knees are high, sit on height. If your back needs you to lie down, lie down. Okay? Take this time to lay on the back in any position that brings you comfort and grounding. When you're ready, just close your eyes. And let's just take 3 deep clearing breaths out the mouth like you're fogging a mirror to release any built up energy for maybe things we've been watching, hearing, seeing, things we've been thinking about, right? Just letting it all clear. Deep breath in and exhale. Good. 2 more breaths like that. Just starting to find your natural breath now, nice and slow. Natural breath with the nose. Becoming aware of the sounds around you. The sounds within you. Any tastes in your mouth, scents or aromas that you're breathing in. The sensation of light behind your closed eyelids. The sensation of touch in the way that the air comes across the skin. Your body connected to the earth. Your body connected to your legs. Really just aware of all the different sensations. And then start to pull yourself more inward to the feeling and the sound of your breath and your heartbeat. Let the softest smile come across your face. And just begin to picture in the screen of your mind beautiful faces of people that you love, of people that support you and lift you. Anyone at all, people you know directly, people you admire from afar, any spirits or guardians. A deep sense of gratitude for the support in your life. Connecting deeply now with that energy around us, that energy of the new moon in Aries. Numerologists are speaking to the 4444 that's present. So this is really a manifestation portal, a time for us to create, to cultivate, to inspire, to re-inspire our purpose, our intentions for being here, the ways in which we wish to share our love with the world. So taking some time right now to hone in on your new moon intention. What new ways are you grounding into with all this inward time that we've been gifted by this world? How can we transmute any of that sadness or sorrow or that feeling of disconnection that some of us might be experiencing into transformation, creativity, innovation, love, and light? So taking just a few more moments in the sounds around you to ground into and anchor your new moon intention, your intention for this practice. What are you calling in? And when you feel fully present with your intention, let your hands join at your heart center. And take 3 deep breaths here. As you inhale, repeat your intention to yourself. As you exhale, absorb those words as nutrients. Let them nourish you. 2 more breaths like that. Softly release your hands, gently drop your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath as you can see your connection to the earth. Opening those eyes slowly and then gently lifting your focal point forward in space and letting a big smile come across the face. Yeah. So already probably feeling a little bit more interconnected with self, with source. We're going to start to move the joints and just awaken all the joints in the body. So I'm going to invite you to either lie on your back and bring your legs to the sky, or to just straighten your legs out in front of you. But either way, you're kind of in this L shape. So it's your choice if you want to sit or lay back. You can let your hands rest behind you if you're sitting, or let your arms rest anywhere on the leg line. From here, we're going to move through some foot movements, right? So you're going to inhale, crunch your toes, and then point them. And then exhale, flex your toes, and then flex your feet, okay? So inhale, just the toes, crunch, and then point the feet. I'm doing it with my hands so you have a visual. And then exhale, flex the toes and the feet. Good. Inhale, crunch the toes, point the feet. Exhale, flex the toes, flex the feet. And keep breathing this way. It kind of feels like a body rolling your feet. Okay, so my hand is kind of creating that wave-like feeling that you can discover within your feet. Watching your feet with gratitude, feeling that range of motion. And then rolling out the ankles. So letting the ankles get a nice flush of energy. And begin to reverse. And then slowly let the legs kind of waddle out, whether they're on the floor or seated, it's the same. From here, bringing our legs into a bent position. So bending the knees, bringing your feet to the floor. This is really nice lying on the back. If you're pregnant and lying on the back is not an option, what we're gonna do is create our ramp, right? So taking your blocks, highest height, second height. I even like to put a little bolster there and then angle that pillow, that bolster, whatever is there for you. A blanket under the bottom is often nice. So we're lying on the back or a ramp. Let the arms blossom open. Feet are about mat width. And we're just going to do some windshield wipers. So take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let your knees fall to the right. And let the inner and outer arches of your feet lift. Inhale, come back through center. And then exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Now just keep moving like this on your own. Every inhale, you're coming through center. And every exhale, you're letting the knees fall to the direction that you're on. Keep moving on your own. Feel free to close your eyes and just breathe and receive this feeling in your pelvis and in your hips, in your spine. One more time to the right and to the left. And then bring your feet hip width. We're going to straighten the right leg. And then we're going to do a movement for the hip, okay? And so you're going to slowly start to slide your knee open out to the side. You're kind of tracing your foot on the floor. And then let your knee come up towards the left knee. And then push that foot forward again. Good. The knee comes wide. It comes up and in. And then it pushes forward. This comes from my dance background, from my friend Crystal Aguilera. She's wonderful. All right, so we're just rotating the hip, toe forward, knee out and wide, back in, and push forward. One more time. Just let yourself play. And then doing the other side. So we'll start with the left leg straight now. And we're going to let the left knee come out. In towards the right knee and push that toe forward. Out, in, push that foot forward. And you're just tracing your toe on the floor. Rotating the hip. There's no right or wrong here. Let yourself play. Find what feels good. Your mat might move around. That's okay. One more time. And then slowly find that stillness. From here, some pelvic tilts. So you're going to inhale, tilt your pelvis forward, which is going to push your sacrum down, and it's going to create a little tunnel under your lower back. And then exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis backward, which will smash the low back against the floor so there's no tunnel. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, create that low back tunnel. Sacrum is down. And then exhale, tilt the pelvis backward, pressing low back towards the floor. Good, keep breathing and moving this way. Every inhale, tilting forward. And every exhale, tilting backward. Be with your breath. Be with the music. Massaging the lower back into placement. One more time. And then really slowly let the hips kind of waddle. Roll over to one side and gently press yourself up. You can also rock yourself up to seated if you like to rock and roll. If you have a ramp, you can move that aside at this time. And then we're going to come into a seated position. So you could sit on a bolster, a blanket, the floor, whatever you need to feel supported in your pelvis. We're going to get the side bodies open. So inhale, lift your arms up. Kind of crawl tall. And then we're going to exhale, side stretch to the left. So you're going to bring your left hand down, bow the right arm up and over. Press that right side body open as you push your right sit bone down. You could look down, forward, or up. Maybe some of you want to lower the forearm for a deeper stretch. All right, and we'll just take another deep breath into the right side. Good, one more breath here. Drop that left shoulder, the bottom shoulder down off the ear. And one more breath. Inhale, reach up tall, ribcage really high. Maybe let it wiggle, let it move, make it your own. And then exhale, side stretch the opposite way. Right, so for most of us, right hand down, left arm up and over. Bow open your left side. Push that right sit bone down. Relax your right shoulder down off the ear. You could look down, forward, or up. And you could also lower the forearm on the floor if that serves you. Breathe into your left side. And then inhale, let yourself come right back up to center. Let it crawl a little. And then exhale, grab the right ear, drop your head to the left shoulder, and just take your right arm down to the ground or to the knee. And breathe liberally into the right side of your neck. You could play with the angle of your hand and your chin. Maybe you're holding more behind the ear. Just let yourself find your sweet spot. Feel free to sway to the breath, to the music. Inhale, come all the way up, center your head. And exhale, switch. Hand to the floor or the lap. Rotating the chin wherever it feels best in your neck. Maybe more downward or upward. Be with your breath. Good. One more deep breath here. And then center the neck. Lift the arms. Deep breath in. And then exhale. Cactus your elbows nice and high. So bending the elbows wide and then hugging them down and in. Full circle there. Inhale. Forward and up. Exhale. Bend the elbows down and in. Good. Keep circling and moving that fluid through the body and the shoulders and through the elbows. Awakening these joints of the upper body. Good. One more deep breath like this. Good. Press the tops of your hands against your thighs and just feel a release through the tops of the wrists. Inhale, clench your hands into fists. And then exhale, spread the palms open, widen your fingers. Continue to breathe that way. Every inhale, a fist. And every exhale, spreading open the palms. One more breath here. And then just swipe your hands off your thighs and just shake those wrists out. And getting all that energy off the hands. From here, rubbing the palms to create heat. Get as much heat into the palms of the hands as you possibly can, activating the chakras in your palms. And then cover the eyes and just breathe into that warmth. Good, and then just kind of wipe that away. Shake them, shake them, shake them. Good, from here, switch the cross of your legs. If you need a moment of relief in the knees, you could do some leg brushing as we take time to switch sides. And then bring the opposite leg in front. Spinal rotation. We'll inhale, lift all the way up. And let's exhale, twist to the right. Okay, so you could bring one hand behind you, one hand to the floor in front of you, to the opposite knee, or the same side knee. So find what feels really good for you in your body today. Looking to the right or past right shoulder. Some of you might like to bind your back arm around the back to grab your inner thigh. So find what you like. Close those eyes or lock them at one spot, and we'll take 3 deep breaths. And you're ready. Inhale, come right back up to the sky, climb center, climb tall, and exhale, twist to the opposite side. Alright, so you could do hand to the same knee, front center, or opposite knee, and back hand to the earth, or wrap around and grab for your inner thigh if that serves you. Looking to the left or past left shoulder any amount. And just breathe. 3 deep breaths. Up and down your midline, anchoring through the sit bones, feeling that root activation of your pelvis on the earth. Good. Inhale, sweep all the way back up to the sky. And then exhale, circle the arms back and down. Excellent. Okay, from here, you're going to bring yourself into malasana, so into a squat. Heels underneath the sit bone region. If you need a little bit of support, you could sit up on a yoga block on first or second height. You could even stack 2 blocks, take those underneath the sit bones, right? Find what you need to feel supported in your squat. Once you feel supported in your shape and your choice, you can let your arms branch down along the inner leg line. If it feels good to have hands at heart, elbows connect to inner knee, you can. Some of you might like to forward fold instead of being upright. Find what you need, close the eyes, and just breathe. Getting into the legs and the pelvic floor, the pelvis overall, all great ways to root down and activate that root chakra, Muladhara. Your connection to the earth, to your family, to roots, to grounding, tribe. Support stability. Take another deep breath. When you're ready, you're going to parallel the feet and transform your body into a standing fold. So feet can be hip width or wider. And just let yourself hang loose. Bend your knees any amount so that your belly can rest towards the thighs to protect the low back. Feel free to shake the neck. You could walk the hands to one side and take a side stretch for a deep breath. And switching, spreading and rooting through the toes, the feet. Take just a few more breaths to let yourself move intuitively. There's no right or wrong right now. And tugging on the skull, anything you like. When you're ready, bend your knees and start to slowly roll your way up to standing. Lift up through the head last. Roll your shoulders down the back. Excellent. Whew. Jack is kicking. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves near the front of your mat. If you like to use yoga blocks, I'm going to recommend that you bring those towards the front of the sides of your mat so that if you need them, they're there. And then if you like a blanket for your knee at any point in time, if you lower the knee, just having that blanket nearby. And get yourself towards the front of the mat, just about one step back. Spread the toes. Find that the hip width or wider or more narrow, what's your preference? Really activate the feet, right? Root chakra here. So spreading the toes, anchoring down through your big toe ball mounds, your pinky toe ball mounds, and the center of your heels, that's the triangle of your foot. Root these 3 points like tree roots pouring into the surface of the earth. Soften the knees so that they're not locking. Really a great grounding technique is to be buoyant in your knees. Lift through the pubic bone as you take your sacrum down towards the earth. Draw the low ribs in. Roll your shoulders down the back, palms forward. Lift up through the crown of your head. And just take a deep breath here. Another deep breath here. Remember your intention. Inhale. Circle your arms high to the sky. Ribs up off the waist. Take your arms any width. Maybe a wide shape feels better for your shoulder joints or maybe closer together. Just be sensitive to what your body needs. We'll take another deep breath in. And then exhale, bend your knees on the way downward into a forward fold. Relax your neck. Inhale, come up halfway as you open your heart by kissing those shoulder blades together. Hands to the shins, the thighs are branching back. Really open the heart. Exhale, take your hands down to the ground. Let your feet start to lift up a little at the heels. And then we'll take an inhale to bring it back to plank pose with your knees down or up. Some of you are going to want that more activated plank with the knees up, so feel free. If you lower the knees, feel free to use a blanket. Let's take about 3 more deep breaths in your plank pose. Whether those knees are up or down, makes no difference, just strengthen the core. Now when you're ready, you're going to exhale, lean forward and lower down to your belly, or you could choose to stay on hands and knees, especially if pregnant. From here, we're going to inhale, take a back bend. So if you're on the belly, you can bring your forearms to the floor and pull your chest forward for Sphinx pose, or hands under the shoulders to pull your heart forward for Cobra. And if we're in hands and knees, we'll curl the heart up any amount that feels safe in the stretch. Okay, exhale there, one more inhale. When you're ready, exhale, let's press it back to child's pose and get really earthy and grounded and connected. Arms can be passive, kind of elbows wide or reaching forward or down by the side. Knees together or apart. You could even use a bolster here. Take a few breaths. As you breathe here, just imagine yourself getting heavier and heavier. from the support of your connection to the earth. Really surrendering your body weight to the earth. Take your time to slowly find your way to hands and knees for puppy pose. So keep your hips above your knees and press the pelvis up and back as you stretch your arms forward. You can bring your chin or your forehead down to the ground and just feel a traction through the spine, pushing your pelvis back as you reach forward. We'll breathe here. When you're ready, find hands and knees and come back into downward facing dog. Press your chest towards your legs. Okay. Feet any width, widen the feet or bend your knees to help the shoulders or the hamstrings out. And just allow yourself to relax the neck. And feel free to move around. Pedaling your heels, pulsing your chest, side stretching, lifting a limb. Just find what feels good for you. A few more breaths. When you're ready, bring your feet together. Lift the heels, bend your knees, look forward. Use the breath in to walk, step, or hop forward. We'll exhale, let yourself kind of arrive. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins, thighs are branching back. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees to inhale, circle all the way up with ease and grace. And then exhale, land your hands at your heart. We're going to move through Sun Salutation C. So if the knee is tender to the floor, taking that blanket at the middle of the mat for your low lunge. Blocks are nice to have nearby for this one. Bring yourself towards the front of the mat. Feet hip width, wider or more narrow. Anchor and root through those triangles of your feet, soft. Take a deep breath here. And inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Any width with your arms, maybe taking a little back bend, lifting the chest up and back. Exhale, bend the knees on your way down, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, hands anywhere on the legs to open the chest or branching back. And then exhale, hands down onto yoga blocks or the floor. And let's lunge our left foot straight back. Okay, so that your right foot's in front. And lower the left knee down to a blanket or the ground and point the back foot. You can keep your body forward with hands on the floor or blocks. You could also bring your hands to your front thigh, pressing the knee forward. Another choice could be to branch the arms back. Low cactus, high cactus, reaching up. Or even interlace the fingers behind your back. So just kind of find the arm position that you like. And we'll just breathe here. One more deep breath. And then gently bring the hands to the ground if they're not. Step yourself back to plank pose or hands and knees. We'll take a deep breath here. And then exhale, lean forward, lower down to the belly, or stay at hands and knees. From the belly, you could inhale, open the heart for a back bend. Sphinx, cobra, up dog, or on hands and knees, taking that forward tilt of the pelvis to open your heart. And then exhale, press back to one of three choices. Child's pose, puppy pose, or downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. And then we'll slowly inhale, lift the left foot to the sky in a downward facing dog. And we'll exhale, step the foot between the hands. If the foot doesn't quite get there, you can lower the back knee, grab the front ankle, and bring that foot forward. Okay? Back knee down, blanket or the ground, hands on blocks or the earth. And then the option to take your hands to your thigh, branching back, any cactus, or reaching up, or locking behind the back. So find what you need. And we'll hold here and just breathe into that anchoring of your pelvis, that grounding through the legs. One more deep breath. And then slowly step your way forward to a standing fold. You have the option to inhale for a standing split. If that feels good, lifting up your back leg to the sky. Otherwise, just coming right forward into that fold. And when you're ready, we're all going to exhale into that fold. Bend your knees and inhale, circle all the way up to the sky, ribs high. Maybe a little back bend at the top, lifting the chest up and maybe back. And then exhale your hands down to your heart. One more time, but we're going to add a little something to it for the hamstrings. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees on the way down. Relax the neck. Inhale, come up halfway and bring your hands anywhere where you can draw your shoulder blades together. Exhale your hands down to the yoga blocks or the floor. And this time lunge your right foot straight back, lower the knee, point the back foot. Find your preference of your lunge. Where do you want your hands? And take a few breaths. Steady your eyes on one spot. One more deep breath. And then really slowly we'll inhale. Let's lift the arms up if they're off of the blocks or the floor. Otherwise, stay where you're at. And then we'll exhale. Find the hands to the blocks or the floor. Straighten your front leg and flex your foot for a half split. So stretching into the hamstring. Breathe into that stretch. You might lower your blocks. You might bring your hands to earth. Some of you might feel really warmed up in the body and capable of sliding the front foot forward more for a split, kind of pointing that front foot or pointing, even flexing. So if you want to go deeper into your splits, give yourself that permission. And we're going to take just a few more deep breaths. Tilt your pelvis forward. Relax your face. And then softly start to bend into your front knee. You can move the blocks if they were there. Step back to plank pose. or into your hands and knees. We'll exhale, lower down to the floor or stay here, hands and knees. Inhale, take your back bend of choice. Okay, on the floor, you're to the belly for a Sphinx, a Cobra, Up Dog, or hands and knees opening the chest. We'll exhale, take one more inhale. And then exhale, your choice of child's pose, puppy pose, or downward facing dog for just a few breaths. When you're ready, find a downward dog. We'll inhale with the right leg to the sky. And then exhale, stack your right foot between your hands. If your foot doesn't get there, you can always lower the back knee, grab the ankle, bring the foot forward. Hands to blocks, the floor, the knee. Right? Or branching back or up, anywhere in between. Take a few breaths, steady the eyes. Deep breath. And then finding your half splits. So hands to blocks or the floor. And start to flex your front foot, straighten your leg, tilt your pelvis up behind you. So you're tilting your right sit bone up behind you to tilt your pelvis forward. And you'll feel a stretch in that hamstring. Feel free to lower the hands more. And feel free to slide into your split with a pointed or flexed foot, whatever feels activating for you. If going deeper feels good. And just breathe. Connecting with your roots, your legs. Slowly bend into your front knee. You could step yourself forward into a fold or come into a standing split. Lifting your back leg to the sky for a deep breath, or you're just in your fold, with or without the blocks. And then take that forward fold. Relax the neck, deep breath. Bend your knees to inhale, circle all the way up, ease and grace. And then exhale your hands down to your heart. Beautiful. From here, we're going to lie down on the back, okay? So if you're pregnant, take this time to build your ramp. Otherwise, you're just lying flat on the back, letting yourself get cozy. Now is a good time to put extra layers of warmth on your body. So we're going to cool down for a few postures and then go into a meditation in Shavasana. So lay yourself down, bend your knees, feet to the ground. Open your arms to a T shape. From here, shift your bottom over to the left side of the mat so it's off center. And then you could draw your knees to your chest and twist your legs to the right. If you're pregnant, keep the pelvis center and just windshield wiper the legs to the right. And just let them hang out there. So find a twist that serves you and just take a few breaths. You could let your head fall the opposite way. And then then slowly come back to center. And switch sides, so you can shift the bottom to the right, bring your knees to your chest, and twist to the left. Again, the option to just keep the pelvis centered and just let the legs windshield wiper to the left. Head center or let it turn to the right. Close your eyes and breathe. Slowly come back to center the hips. You can take a bridge pose. So you'll just bring your feet hip width, lift up your hips, tuck your shoulder blades under you to puff the chest up. Press the back of your skull into the floor to keep the throat open. For some of you, just turning your palms up and tucking the shoulders will feel good, especially if you have a ramp. And you could also interlace your fingers under the back if that's nice. Rotate the thighs in so that the bottom is softer. And just a few more breaths, you could lower down whenever you need. When you're ready, lower down. And you could come into a final position before Shavasana. Just Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide apart. Let yourself breathe here. So in Shavasana, let yourself completely relax, release. Close your eyes. And take this time to completely soften, let go, and be present with this grounding meditation. Let go of all breath control. Soften your face, the center of your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, your throat. Relax the energy at your heart center. Soften through your arms, your legs, your spine, your pelvis. Feel your whole body at rest. Feel yourself completely connected to the Great Mother, Mother Earth. Begin to imagine tree roots pouring out of your back body down towards the core of the earth, traveling through the sediments, the soils, until those roots connect directly to the core of Mother Earth. Now begin to send down through those roots any energies, anything at all that's not serving you, that you're ready to release and let go of for your new beginning this new moon. Take just a moment or so, just allow everything you don't need to pour down those roots, to travel down into time and space. All the way back to the core of Mother Earth so she can recycle and hold anything you're clearing. Bits of energy you're releasing now. Sending that last bit, anything you need to clear, deep exhale. Now allow those roots to retract back up through the sediments and soil all the way back into your body and seal those roots. And begin to now connect with the energy of the sun. Letting that sun pour down over the crown of your head, all throughout your body, replenishing you with nutrients, with love, with radiance, with light. Completely engulfing you in that white light, filling you fully now. Bask in that sun.